Good morning. So, is today the day? It could be. I don't know. I'm not willing to commit yet to say that it is. We are going to go look around this afternoon, though. I spent a little time here this morning finishing up. I'm never really finished, but working on some paperwork stuff. Namely, printing and laminating some papers. These are the soybean variety plan sheets. All the fields, all the varieties of beans and where they're going to go. Maybe those are corn. These are beans. We've got them for corn. So I'll put one of the laminated ones in the corn planting tractor. And then the beans, I'll put one in each the corn and the bean planting tractor because I'm probably going to plant some 30-inch row beans with the corn planter. We've got another laminated copy to leave on the forklift so we can look at that quickly when we're trying to figure out what seed we need to go to the field that we're trying to go to. I've got ones for my starter fertilizer stuff, so I know how many gallons of everything I need for each field. We'll put those out by the containment dike where we're loading. We'll put it in the tractor so we can get stuff, look at it ahead and get stuff ready. And then I printed off some tank labels. Some of them were already out there, some of them were wrong, but so we know what's in all of our tanks when we're pulling stuff out. So we need to go hang these up and put the rest of this stuff in the tractors. So the new tank we put in there is got 1034O in it. This tank has not 28002, it's just straight up 2800. And so we're gonna pull this one off. Last year our 28 came with some sulfur in it. This year it did not. So we'll just throw that one in a pile somewhere so I don't have to make a new one next time, and we'll have it, but we're gonna put the correct label on for now. The center one here has the ATS in it, ammonium thiosulfate, and that tank is our pop-up tank. It's only about half full because that's all we really need, but this year we are using Season Pass Plus with microcarb from the Andersons. It is a 6-18-6, 1% sulfur, 0.46% zinc. And I'm pretty excited for this stuff. When looking through different starter products, trying to figure out what we wanted to use, I was pretty happy with the stuff that I used last year, and I kind of felt bad not buying anymore, but this, I was adding some other components to that to get it where I wanted it to be, and this has everything in it that I want. It's got the zinc, it's got a little bit of sulfur, it's got a lot of phosphorus, we've got a little potassium in it, and it's got the humic acid with that microcarb. That's what that is. And so I don't have to blend anything. That's the only thing we're going to put in furrow at a rate of about 5 gallons to the acre, and I think it's going to be a really good product for us, so I'm excited for it. Okay, there's all our labels. This tank here is a water tank, so we're not going to put a label on that one. Don't really need to, but that's just for water, for spray purposes mostly. I use it to flush lines a little bit when I'm so I don't have fertilizer in the line when I'm disconnecting hoses. We use that, but mostly it's just for spraying. Phil's got the 40-20 out. He's putting some stuff back in the barn there. The concrete's been set for 2 weeks now, so like those red wagons that we've got that are empty, we're just sticking them back in the corner and putting a few things away. Got those wagons tucked back in there, and we're putting our floats for the sprayer back here. Dad, we don't use them anymore. I don't know. I don't know if we should or not, but we don't. All right. Well, I was getting the bean planter out to just go over a few things, and I want to make sure my monitor's all set up and that all my crop plans stuff that I've set up is in there and ready to work. And then I was going to have Phil come and learn how to run it because he hasn't really run that monitor at all yet in that tractor. And then I noticed somebody down here at my seed warehouse, sales rep Tony's here, and then a customer called me, wants to come pick up his 2 boxes of beans with his wagon. So he'll be here any minute, and we're going to get him out. All right, we're back working on the bean planter here. Last week we had a on this fitting right here, and we put one on there, but it wasn't quite the right one, and it made funky things happen with our wing row lifts. So we're trying to fix it. So there's an adjustment on the end of that, they call it a retainer there. We tried playing with that a little bit. It's not working. So now I'm wondering if we got a problem with our solenoids up here or something. Diagnostics mode. It's not great. But the sun came out and it's windy. Things are drying. Having old-ish equipment, it's not fun. complicated, old equipment. Maybe I'll preface it with that. But I cannot get those wings to fold down. I got them once today, but not well. Like they were just move a little bit at a time, and I could tell something wasn't right. The button on the box to fold those up has been giving us trouble for a while. It feels like an electrical issue, but the solenoid's energized, and that's why I'm so frustrated. I tried swapping solenoids, I tried swapping wires, I tried doing lots of different things with no response whatsoever. So I have a call into the dealer. We'll see if they can figure anything out. Unless the actual solenoid valve is bad, but there's two of them. I swapped them with no change in how it behaves, so why? It doesn't make any sense for that would be bad. So I don't know, but remember how I said when things break and you can go, you better be ready to go? We're not ready to go. We're not ready to go. Maybe red planters don't have it. Nope. I watched Brian's farming videos long enough to know that the red planters don't fold either, so I don't know what to do. It's frustrating. All right, we got some lunch, and to save my frustration from working on that planter some more, I'm waiting for a dealer to call me back. Dad and I are looking at fields, so we're going to find out if we can go or not. We're right around the corner from the farm. Farm's over there. That spot right there is the wet spot. Let's see what it looks like. It's May now, not April, so we get to look for May dry, not April dry. It means we push it a little bit farther, a little bit wetter.
A little bit wetter?
Yeah.
Blowing.
Wind's blowing, it's sunny, it's warm, it's drying, but this one's just a touch wet yet. We checked down there and over there. It might go tomorrow. All right, next field, half mile down the road. Farm's that way now. There's 35 acres here, well tiled, higher ground, most of it. A little low spot there, but not bad. Let's see what this looks like. Not as wet as the other field, but it didn't break apart.
Well, it's a little bit heavier. I was digging too deep.
It's not great, but it would probably go. If it was June, we'd be out here. Corn stalks were directly across the road from where we were. Let's see. Corn stalks usually hang a little bit wetter than the bean stubble does because it's, one, it's disc, it's not worked as deep, but two, it's got more residue. Ooh, that's actually good right there. Huh, how about that?
Well, sometimes if you don't disc them,
that's true.
dry out fast.
That is true. Yeah, the corn stalks were a little gooey, a little bit. We're now a mile north of where we were, just north of the farm. Check this one. Check the high ground, and you go check the low ground. Or when the high ground is too wet, you don't even bother going to the low ground. More corn stalks, but we're a couple miles north of the farm now. One of our drier farms, well tiled, most of it's high ground. Low spot here. Doesn't look good. Dang.
Close.
Yeah. You need it to break apart when you drop that shovel full and not form a mud ball. All right, now the sandy irrigated field. Most likely candidate here.
It's heavy ground.
It's heavy ground on these ends, yeah. The question is, how's everything in the back? There's a draw right here, this darker stuff we can look at. It's close, but I don't know. The neighbor working out there will make you think your fields are dry. He appears to be outlining the wet spots, though. We may have found a contender here. This field's not bad. Not bad. I looked in a few spots so far. Let's see, it's about 1:30. Come out here right, here's the update. There appears to be a group of farms or in a kind of a line that are drier than the rest. Dad left with the disc to go and do some discing. I got a phone call back from the dealer on this. They gave me a couple more things to try. We managed to get the wings to fold down, but I may have screwed up other stuff in the process because we swapped valves. And if that's the case, we know that the valves are bad. We're gonna get it unfolded, and folding was what I was supposed to mess up. So clearly that's not the case. Maybe I fixed it, I don't know. When we're done here, I'm gonna jump in a field cultivator though, and we're gonna get to work. I don't know that we're gonna plant anything today, but we're gonna get stuff ready for tomorrow. So we're gonna mess with this a little bit longer and hope that we are good to go for tomorrow. It's working. I don't know if it's working well. It's kind of working. Now that side's not going down. Gosh dang it. Frustrated. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But I'm moving on. We're gonna get field cultivator out. We've got a couple of things we need to do to this first. We got a monitor bracket to change, and we got some wheel weights to take off. And then we're going to a field. All right, we're gonna pop 2 of these big donuts off of each side. It's just 3 bolts holding them on. They're super easy to do. We don't need to wait in the spring. Well, we aren't the only ones that saw it was a little drier over here. There goes the neighbor. It's all right, we're going. Give me 10 minutes. There we go. Much better. Tractor just lost 1,800 pounds. Okay, we got our 2 sets of weights off. Phil's getting oil off of that bean planter from where we spilled everything. I got monitor bracket changed. AC's not working great in this tractor, so since Jack's here, he's gonna hook up his meters, gauges, and see if we need to just add some Freon real quick, but we gotta go. We gotta go. When it's time to go, be ready to go. When it's time to go, be ready to go. See that AC compressor clutch wobbling? That's a problem. Something's not working in there. AC compressor is bad. Because why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? I don't care. I don't care. We're just gonna die in here. They've got one at the dealer. We can get it. We can go get it now, or we can go get it tomorrow, or they can bring it to me tomorrow. Maybe I should send Philip to get it now. Jack's here. He could change it tonight yet, but I want to get a bunch done tonight. But it's hot. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Oh, we're doing it, and we've got lots of dust. Okay, so this field here, there's only like 22 acres. This is a field that we tiled last summer, and so we've got a lot of tile lines that have settled, but they're kind of rough. And so we're actually going to hit this field twice. It was wheat last year. You can see the dead volunteer wheat from the windrows. So we're going to hit this field twice with the field cultivator, which is why I'm working on a fairly steep angle here this first time over, because I want to try and level those up as best as we can, and then the next time we go over it, we'll hit it straight with the rows, and it should help level things off a little bit better. So that's what we're doing here. So far, everything looks pretty good. We got a little tweaking and adjustments to do, but we're going to be sweating this one out in here, it feels like. What a rough first day. It's made worse because it's a little bit late. It's May 1st. We're not late. If we have a good stretch here, we're fine. But it's supposed to rain on Friday. We've got today and tomorrow. And I was hoping to get a lot done. And bean planter problems, tractor problems here. We got Jack and Phil are working on the R right now, the 8430, because there's one of the rear tires is apparently loose and is moved on the axle. The spacing is off. I don't even know how that happens. Oh, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating when you wait around thinking, what can I do to be ready? What can I do? What can I do? And then a bunch of little things creep up on you. Like the bean planter. It worked a month ago. I planted beans with it a month ago and it worked just fine. I don't understand why it's not working now. But I think we got it. At least usable. And then this tractor, you know, you don't try the AC. It's not on the list of things to check in the shop in the winter. It's the first hot day of the year that you're like, oh crap, that doesn't work. Now what do we do? I'll use it for a while, but it's not fun. You know what I bet the AC does work on? A that 9RX 640. If we would have just kept that tractor around, then I wouldn't have this problem. It's a much more expensive fix than buying a new AC compressor, though. Okay, it's hot in here, but we got our 22 acres done. Oh, buddy. So it was a good thing to do. We leveled it up a lot, and where some of the ridges were from the tile lines or piles where they had dug start holes and stuff, we really leveled it off, and it was kind of gooey underneath there. So this, we'll let it air out today and maybe tomorrow. I would like to get some fertilizer spread on there, so I talked to guys about that. I've been on the phone for the last half hour, so I didn't film any more of it, but trying to get that stuff lined up. And if Dad gets the field done that he is in now, that'd be a big day for Phil to get planted tomorrow, especially on day one of planting. So that field that we just did is going to beans, and we wouldn't likely get to it tomorrow anyway. So we'll see. We're gonna fuel up here. We're gonna open the doors and the window and let everything air out, cool down, and then we're gonna keep moving. I'm considering working late tonight after dark because it'll be a lot cooler and nicer in this cab than it will be during the day tomorrow. I don't know. This is not fun. Oh man, it is really nice outside. Nice breeze, so nice and not hot. Oh, it's great. All right, off we go. Seriously, I'm considering working really late tonight because it'll be so much more comfortable in here at night than it is with the sun beating down through all this glass. Okay, I'll stop whining now because you guys all hate that. At least we're getting something done. Dad called me. He's said stuff's going really well where he's at. The corn stalks are working up beautiful, so that's a good thing. And we're off to do another field. This one is actually going to corn, and once we get it done, we will have something we can plant tomorrow, and that's the goal. So here's the field that we're after. 35, 36 acres here. This was one of the early ones that Dad and I looked at today. It really was pretty good and seems pretty good. So we're gonna have to wash our windows pretty soon. They're getting dusty already. It is about 6:30, so we probably got 2 hours of hard sun yet, and then it'll start getting, so it's not quite so bad. We should be done with this field before the sun goes down. But I stocked up on a big thing of water and rations, so we should be in good shape for the night. Okay, well, we are rocking and rolling now and feeling better. It's still plenty warm, but I don't feel too bad. It's working up beautifully. Like, I'm very, very happy with the job that the field cultivator is doing. We'll probably get out at some point here and go look around outside just to show you guys what the job we're doing, but looks fantastic. This will be ready to plant tomorrow. This field here, we've got a couple of things going on this year. You may remember last year we did a high management versus standard practice kind of plot. We're doing that here this year. So we're gonna do some strips out here, or a strip side by side with some stuff we're gonna really push, and some standard stuff that we're just, none of the extras, no fungicides and all of that kind of stuff. So I've got a plan. We've got to make sure we look at that before we plant, because some stuff is going to be different at planting in addition to throughout the growing season. And then one of the suppliers that we work with has offered me some drone scouting services this year. They're giving me like 40 acres of trial stuff, or 80 acres of trial, and they wanted to do a cornfield and a bean field, and this is the cornfield that I signed up. So they're gonna fly it, I don't know, 6 or 8 times throughout the year, starting shortly after planting, and do some emergence and stand counts, looking for weed pressure, looking for disease pressure later in the year, all that kind of stuff. So that should be interesting to follow. Time to go a little air in the cab. Oh, take a look around, see how we're doing. All right, so you might not see a whole lot of field cultivator work this spring because, well, I don't do a whole lot of it. So we'll talk about it a little bit. We have a 2210 John Deere field cultivator. It is a floating hitch design, so the hitch does not, it floats. It can go up and down independent. We have the caster wheels in the front, and it just kind of follows the contour of the ground. We have a 5-bar spike tooth drag on the back here. We like that versus a rolling basket because, one, we're pulling the packer behind. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we feel like it helps break up some of the clods and stuff that our soil can get. We still got some of this, but they break apart pretty easy, and that helps out a lot with them too. But the more you can hit it with stuff like this, it just kind of helps break all of that apart. So we're not going super deep, 2 to 3 inches. The monitor says we're only going 2, but I feel like it's a little more than that. We probably need to do a calibration on the monitor. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. We're gonna get it set where I want it, and we're just gonna run it. So for the most part, that is all working really, really well. This does have AccuDepth on this field cultivator, which AccuDepth was John Deere's electronic control for depth and leveling and stuff on the 10 series field cultivators, mulchers, the chisel plows, that kind of stuff. Kind of a precursor to the TrueSet that they use now. TrueSet is probably a nicer and easier to run system, but I actually like the AccuDepth because it allows me to individually adjust every cylinder and every section across the frame. There are 5 independent sections on here. So we've got the main frame in the middle, an inner wing on both sides, and an outer wing on both sides. And they all have their own cylinder, and I can adjust the wing, the winglet or the outer wing wheels separate from this one here if I want that section to go a little bit deeper or whatever I need to do to make it level. And you can do it all on the go from the cabin. That's awesome. So really like that. And then we do pull this Brilliant packer behind here. The field cultivator, it's technically 45.5 feet. We took one shank off to make it 45 feet. And we used 44-foot track spacings. And then we have a 46-foot Brilliant cultipacker. We call it mulcher, whatever the heck you want to call it. But it is solid ductile iron tires. They've got these notches in it here, and you can see the difference back here. You can see up there where, it's not bad, but it's a little ridgy. We've got some bigger clods and stuff, and then as soon as this thing rolls over it, it is just smooth, and the clods are at least down, nice level flat surface for our gauge wheels on our planter to run on. Really, really like the job it does. We are running scrapers every now and then. It gets a little sticky. Those scrapers tend to wear a lot. The center section ones are, well, they're off a little bit. They're not spaced where they need to be. We probably need to spend some time adjusting those. Brock does a pretty good job of keeping them where they need to be. The problem is when you get gaps between the wheels like that, then it's hard to keep the scrapers where they need to be. And they're a real pain to adjust because you gotta take all of them bolts loose on every one and get them right. We might be to the point where though we need to add another wheel. See right there is kind of the end of that. And if you got enough room, you can get another wheel on there. Then it helps hold everything tighter, and you get rid of these gaps, which is good. But this is 10. This will be the 11th year on this. We got it in 2014. The whole rig here, the field cultivator, the tractor, the packer. I'm pretty sure that's right. And so yeah, it's got some wear. We've had to do some maintenance. That's okay, those things happen. But no, I'm pretty happy with the job that we're doing. We've got nice smooth dirt here. It's nice and loose. We can go down a couple of inches before we get to what's not being freshly worked, but it's nice and smooth. We don't have ridges going across it. I like it a lot. This is a good tool for spring. The only problem with it, not really a problem, but the only kind of hold back on it is that if you get into a heavy trash situation, this drag will plug up. It's not good for going through corn stalks that have only been disked in the fall. Now, corn stalks that we ran the ripper through in the fall, this will make it through it. It'll go through and it won't plug up. All right. It's done. We've got 35 acres ready to plant. We're gonna jump out of here and get on to the next one. Pulled into the house here as I was going by, refilled my water, grabbed some better rations, some beef jerky. Oh, it's so nice out. It's starting to cool down. Should make it a little more bearable in the tractor pretty soon. So we've got, what do we got? 75-ish? I think about 75 acres between it's 2 fields, one big one like 65 and then another 10-12 acre piece that are the next on the target list. So we're gonna head there, and it should be nice working tonight, and then we'll see what time we get done and whether we want to push it and go real late or consider that enough of a head start for tomorrow until we get our air conditioning fixed in here, and then Dad can run. Oh, I washed our windows. It's the downside to that ceramic washing coat griot stuff that I use. It makes surfaces, they're not tacky, you can't feel it, but the dust sticks to them. So I washed the windows off. We'll see if it comes back right away or if that kind of fixes it for a while, but the hood's got a dust film on it. I don't know. It's all right. Here's the field where Dad's been working today. Looks fantastic. That fit up beautifully and is going to plant real nice tomorrow. In fact, there he is, right there. Starting to finish up his end rows. So here's our field. This was beans last year, had chicken litter spread on it. The pile was right there with that little darker brown spot. Decent farm, pretty good farm. I expect to have really good corn here. So we'll see how everything fits up, but so far so good. Dad is just on the other side of those trees over there when we just drove past him, and the farm's over that way, and we were working over that way. There's kind of a strip through here that seems to be a little bit drier than the farms that we looked at today. Anything that's tiled in that stretch was good to go. Anything that wasn't tiled is a day or two away. And if you get farther outside, you know, to the north or west, it got a little bit wetter and everything needed another day. So we'll get this one tonight. There's another one back over that way by the farm, kind of in the same line, that we could do tonight if we want to, or it could be done tomorrow. My goal for the end of tomorrow is to have all 3 of those farms planted. So the one we just finished, the one we're doing now, and the other 80 acres that we have over there, 82, whatever it is. If we can have that planted by the end of tomorrow night, I'll be feeling pretty good. There's supposed to be rain coming on Friday, so that's why we got to have this done before tomorrow night. And then if Phil can get the field where Dad's planting over there, you see the dust, or where he's disking, if he can get that planted tomorrow, there's 140 acres of beans that would be done there. Again, that would be awesome. Oh, it's so good to be in the fields and working, and nice weather, and ground's working up good. Finally. I know May 1st isn't terribly late, but I would say it's fairly unusual that we don't do anything in April. You know, whatever. Toledo, so we're not far from Toledo. We're about 35, 40 miles, probably 40 miles west of Toledo from here. Our Berkey farm is just outside of Toledo. They actually set the record for the wettest April on record this year. Broke a record that was set in, I think, 1929, 23, something like that. 7.5 inches of rain, 7.68, something like that this year in the month of April. The second place year now was pretty close. It was in the 7s, and then the third wettest April was just like an inch or 2 below that. So it's definitely been wet there. We're much drier here. We're probably as dry as anywhere in the area because we happen to miss most of it on Monday there. So I know we're lucky and fortunate to be running when a lot of people can't be, at least in the immediate area, but it's still a little later than I would like it to be, and it's a short window here with more rain scheduled for Friday. So if any of you have any connections and can change that schedule, would appreciate it. What are we going to do about that? It's a rock in my field. Big enough one, I don't want to hit it with the planter at 10 miles an hour. But I'm a long way from somewhere to put it. I know, I should have a rock box. Yeah. I don't want a rock box. It's fine. We're gonna take it and we're gonna set it over there, and then we're gonna come with a gator or something tomorrow and get it. The thing. Maybe I should set it on a step and take it to the end of the field. Look, a rock box. It'll ride there till we get to somewhere to put it. Also, the sun went down, which means our cab is more tolerable. It'll get better here. It'll get better, but it's not so bad in here. It is about this time, though. Oh man, where's all the lights? Why are they all off? Ah, go back. Lights. There we go. Now we got some light. There is a downside to planting at night, and that is that you can't see anything. I can't see that side of the field cultivator at all. At all. I mean, we can see in front of us, but there's an electric pole over there somewhere, and you better know where it is, because you definitely don't want to hit it with a field cultivator. And, you know, the packer, so much for trying to see if it's pushing or building up or anything. Yeah, you're not gonna know, so it's all right. We're covering some ground. What do we say? We got about 42 acres done in this field. I think there's like 65 here total, so another, I'll say 45 minutes by the time we get the ends done, and we should have this one wrapped up, and then we got that little 10 acres to do across the ditch. I am debating what we do from here. It's gonna be 9:30. It's gonna be 11 o'clock or so before we get done here. If I go to the next field, there's 80 acres. It's gonna take me at least 3 hours. Probably about 3 hours. You're looking at 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning before we would get done by the time we get moved and everything else. I know that in the morning I've got a lot of setup stuff to do with the planter. Like, we haven't even gotten the tank out yet that we pull. We gotta check tires. We shouldn't have lots to do to it, but we gotta check the tires. I really should dry run, that's the wrong word, but I should run water through the fertilizer systems and pressure check everything and make sure we don't have any leaks and that kind of stuff. All that's gonna take time. So do I work until 2:30 a.m. tonight and then have to get up at, you know, whatever time to get going in the morning? Or do I quit a little early tonight, try and be at the farm at 5 or 5:30 and start working on the planter stuff? It's going to take me a while anyway. I did just find out Brock is going to be here tomorrow, so that's going to help. I can send Brock, he can either help me get the planter ready in the morning, or he can run some tillage stuff, or I can send him to Jonesville to get an AC compressor, and Jack will be up tomorrow to change it. We'll see, but I'm probably not going to go to that last field tonight, just for the sense of, let's get a little sleep tonight and hit it hard tomorrow. Making this pass along the property line with the neighbor's field here. Sure, we're on the line. Sure, why not? I have no idea. We'll make it right with the planter tomorrow, but I might be over on their side by a few feet. I really have no idea. I got a pretty good idea how far over there the edge of the field cultivator is, but yeah, we can't see it. Anyway, we almost got this big field done. Last pass of the end rows here, and there's significantly less dust the second time over. Plus, we're going less deep, but yeah, it's beautiful out here. This ground looks fantastic, from what I can tell. There wasn't really any wet spots. Like, this should plant beautiful tomorrow, and I'm excited to get something done. So we've got that little field right across the ditch over here. We gotta fold up, go out on the road, and go around and jump over there, but we'll grab that tonight here and then head for home. It never really did cool down in this cab here. Sun went down, but underneath this little fender wheel well thing here that's not really a wheel well, it's the hydraulic oil reservoir. And the hydraulic oil is 149 degrees and it's radiating heat up. You can't keep drinks in these cup holders that you want to be cold, because they will not be cold for long. So yeah, it's plenty warm in here. And to add to our frustrations, we have an engine derate condition, not due to the air conditioner, but some exhaust pressure sensor, something. It's trying to do a regen, and yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see if it finishes its regen and that goes away or not. I don't really need full power to pull this field cultivator. We're still going 7 miles an hour. even with a derate, so it's okay. But yeah. Anyway, we're about done with this field. I got 1.5 rounds to do in the ends and the front, so I don't really want to do any more tonight. Let's go home. Yep, I'm aware you can't see me. Oh, it feels so good out here. Nice and cool. Oh, I sure hope we get that fixed tomorrow. Oops, sorry. I about stepped on the killdeer eggs. Bird scared the crap out of me, though. Anyway, I sure hope we get that AC fixed tomorrow. We should be able to. I know it's the compressor. It's quite obvious what the problem is there. And it should be fairly easy to get it fixed tomorrow, as long as the part comes. And my Uncle Jack's, he's certified tech for air conditioning stuff, like he knows what he's doing. He can get that fixed for us. Thanks for watching. It was a frustrating first day. Lots more issues than I wanted to have, but at the end of the day, we still got well over 100 acres done with the field cultivator, 120 something. And Dad got 100 acres done with the disc. Like, we still had a good day. We're gonna get stuff planted tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get about 140 of beans planted and pushing 200 of corn. I don't know if we'll quite get to 200 of corn. It just depends on how everything goes tomorrow. Hopefully today was the bad first day setup stuff, but we got a lot to do with the corn planter yet. Hopefully the bean planter issues are solved. Is that a cat? There's a cat walking across our field. Anyway, I'm sure this video is long. I'm sure tomorrow's video is long. Get used to it for the spring here while we're busy and in the fields. I will try and get to a live stream. It's probably not going to happen tomorrow, but I won't 100% rule it out. We'll just have to see how the day goes. So anyway, it is 10:52. I have an hour-long, probably, video to edit tonight, and I'm hoping to be up and at the farm before 6 tomorrow. So gonna be a little bit of a short night here tonight, and we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.